So I'm going to give just a quick look at this guitar I'm probably going to be selling very shortly. This is a James Tyler Variax, made by Line 6. And basically, as you scroll down, you'll see it's a Les Paul type guitar, mahogany body, maple veneer top. It's top-notch stuff, made in Korea. It's pretty much in complete, pristine condition, except for a couple. You may see a little bit of a ding there. No, not really, just a little bit of a scrape. And then there's one other thing, it's a missing knob top, which has no effect on function at all. It's 100% functional. I just can't find that top. I did a lot of gigging with this guitar. Okay, so now I'm going to give a overview and sound samples. Okay, so what I want to do here is give an idea of this James Tyler Variax JTV-59, what it's all about. First off, it's a regular guitar. Start with you go through these two humbuckers. It's got the same switch as a regular Les Paul, and I'm going to give you sound samples of that clean with a little bit of reverb. Start. So that's the treble, middle position. Bass, neck position, that's the basic standard guitar use of this guitar. So then you can make it distorted or do whatever you want with it. But let's go into the stuff that's really what this guitar is about. There's a board in here, electronics, I guess you could call it digital electronics, that has processing power that allows modeling and tuning changes. And so I'm going to start and try to demonstrate what we have here. So there's buttons here. There's a button here that has the model of the guitar, meaning what it is as an acoustic or another model of electric guitar, or even something like sitar, banjo. There is resonator guitars, dobro, and I'm gonna run through some of that. So all you have to do is press this button first off, and you're in another world. This is being the acoustic setting, and you'll hear this is through a tube amplifier, a Fender Excelsior amplifier, and you can make it sound even more like an acoustic if you put it through a PA and do a little bit of EQing. So that's all you can do on the fly. It's particularly good for recording. That's one acoustic. I believe that's a Gibson. This is a Martin. get the idea. I think there's 3 straight ahead 6-string acoustic models on here. 2 Martins and a Gibson. Now, if you want to go a different world entirely, or not a different world, but a 12-string model. So here's an acoustic Martin 12-string. The Martin, here's a Guild, I believe, 12-string. Now there's a book that has all this listed, you know, so it's all documented. This is a Guild. The book comes with the guitar. So. Okay, let's move on here. Let's go to the more exotic stuff, just to go further into this world. Now there's twist of the knob, and I believe we should be. This is the sitar. Model of a choral sitar, so it's not an acoustic sitar. Choral sitar was brought out as an electric imitation of a sitar, but it has its uses. It was used on many records. Even Steely Dan used it. Even on some funk records, I think they used it. So you get the idea there. That's a Dan Electro. We're in this resonator models, and they have some different oddball guitars. I believe this is a banjo. And that's in the standard guitar tuning, which what you can do in all these is change the tunings too. I just want to change, I'll go through all that, but I just want to show a little bit of that with this resonator, just so you get an idea. I'm going to go to the D tuning. I'm going to get my slide out here. So, you get the idea here. That's the resonator, a national resonator guitar model, and we'll go to the, this might be the dobro, or I might have it backwards, but that's in the D tuning. So if you want a G tuning, we'll go to here. So right here, I believe. very versatile instrument. Okay, now I'm going to go a little bit through some more different ones. So this is a some jazz guitar modeling, jazz box. I believe it's a Gibson 175 or something. Let's see, I'm still in the G tuning, so let's go back to the standard tuning. Okay, or when you go into this model, again, these selector switch acts exactly like it would on the guitar, you know. This is a Super 400 jazz box model. So I'm sure you're beginning to get the idea. Let's just keep rolling on through some of these. Rickenbacker. Well, first off, the most identifiable one is probably the electric 12-string of it. Should be. EQing it with, through an amp or pedals will give it, a more even, authentic sound to that. So it does a pretty good job of emulating that, which is what it is. I mean, you can't say this sounds exactly like a 12-string, but you get what this is for. Particularly good for recording again. Okay, let's go here. I believe this is supposed to be like a Gretsch. Aren't really locked in tonight, but go into the selector switch acting like a regular guitar would. I think it's Gretsch 5120 or something like that. This is probably a Les Paul Junior or something like that. Just says special on it. I'd have to look at the book again to give you the... Very good instrument. I'm going to sell it probably about half price. It's retailed originally for around $1,500. I got it for $1,380. The special deal, but I've had it for 5 years. It's 2012. I'm going to start the price at $650. Like I said, this has this cosmetic problem with this knob missing, but other than that, it's pretty well. I've had some glitchiness in this switch, but seems to be fine. thing. It comes with a battery that's lasts long. They have a great battery system. It's a rechargeable battery. Comes with the recharger, and also a MIDI hookup to line 6 for updates. And I run, of course, several updates. Right now, it's up to date. Which what that does is refresh the electronics and even tweak the models just like a computer would. We're now a thing that's in here when you get to the when you want to go to the, say you just want to change tuning, but you're in the, so it does have an actual Les Paul setting on the modeling, which so if you hit that button, you're in the Les Paul model. You want to change tunings, and now it's a standard guitar tuning. You know, E, A, D, G, B, E. So let's drop D, turn the knob. Tuning to change one string, but it's a drop D. And all I do here is turn a button. Okay, now we're going to go a half step down. The whole guitar is a standard, a half step down. So you know, this is down E flat. Can't play too loud in my apartment, but songs that are tuned down, like Stevie Ray Vaughan tuned down, Jimi Hendrix tuned down, and you want to play in that key, or you just want to sing a lower key. So this is a half step. Let's go down. It's got actually a drop D flat too, but we don't need that, so we're going to go a whole step, which means that we're now down to D on the bass. A lot of Creedence songs, whether you knew it or not, that already tuned down to do it, like even Proud Mary, can't remember how to play it, but anyway. D, but you're playing an E, so you get that different voicing. Or, you know, and again, we're going to keep going, going into the open tunings. Here's Dadgad. Something I don't know much in, but like Kashmir was in that. I did it one time, but so that's a tuning. Okay, now we know open D. This is all with a Les Paul, and you can choose any of the guitars that I showed you before and use that. Of course, we're in the Les Paul setting. You want to be in the Les Paul Junior setting in G, or have a Gretchen G. You got it. Now you can modify and make your own tunings, which you do. Well, there's several ways to do it. It's done by using this as a nut. You put it in a mode. I'm not going to show you that now because it can be very confusing. But right now, this tuning, I made my own E tuning because it doesn't have an E tuning on the knob. It doesn't come with it because it's D, but I made an E tuning. So there you are. Just take up one of the spaces and create that tuning. So I'm pretty much open A. This is a baritone. This is way down in B, but it's tuned like a standard guitar. You actually play this almost as a bass. Okay, what else should I show you here? Let's see. Once you get the idea, let's just, for the last thing, this is a Les Paul. I'm going to put it as a Fender, which is not my favorite. I don't know if it really does the trick. This is